One thing we do have are satellite images often that can at least give us some sort of insight into what was happening on the ground, at least at certain points in time. And we can also use it to establish timelines on attacks and things like that. But ultimately, I'm a generalist, right? And I spent the last half of the year working on a series about zoonotic spillover, and next thing you know, working on Sudan. I don't speak Arabic. I've never been to Sudan. So it's really critical when you have an effort like that is to have people like Maggie and Zora and El Tayeb and I think that's what's really great about Reuters is we have somebody everywhere that can help kind of match the data up to the ground. And so, the way it was working is that Maggie would hear about tips, and she would send me. I mean, it's amazing. She would send some local leader in a remote town would send a picture from the ground with some metadata that had the latitude and longitude, and then we could go and get satellite imagery and see if we could find it.
So I think we have at least one of the satellite images which we will show that was in one of our investigations. Just tell us this is Abu Zor IDP camp, internally displaced people camp. What's going on here?
Yeah, so I think there's one good point to make about this is to note the resolution of the imagery. And in fact, it's probably not as great since it's blown up on the screen, but if you show the after picture, so you can see that this was targeted destruction. And if we have the next image really quick.
So this is, just to be sure, this is an IDP camp, people who are already displaced, and now the camp has essentially been wiped away.
Yes. And, one of the things, I'm from Oklahoma where we had tornadoes growing up, right? And, there's a famous picture of a May 3rd, 99 storm that blew through, and everything in the middle was wiped out, and the structures on the side were still standing. I saw that's what this reminded me of. There was a whole neighborhood north of the cemetery that Maggie was talking about that was completely wiped out. And to me, it showed the targeted nature of what they were doing, because you could see this neighborhood just like this, and then up toward the wadi, and it was just wiped out, but everything on either side was left.